You're gonna get started. So we're gonna start in our seated position. We're gonna do our warm up. We're back on the laptop today, so you guys will get to see me while I'm adjusting music. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Everyone hear the music? Needs to go up a little bit. All right, needs to be turned up a little bit. How about that? Better? All right, I'm getting a lot of this. I like that. All right, so sitting in our chair, we're in our strength position. Feet shoulder width apart, reaching up nice and high overhead, getting a wonderful morning stretch. And down. Keeping our chest to the ceiling, up again. Hold that, and we're gonna lean. Back to center, arms coming down. Back up. And lean to the opposite side, getting a nice stretch in our side. Back to center and down. Take those arms out. Let's give a big arm hug. From here, bring those arms back. We're gonna bring the shoulders forward and back. So bring it forward and back. Forward, we're gonna repeat. We're not rolling. We're just bringing those arms forward and back. All right, let's do our next stretch. We have our neutral head. We're gonna lean to the side, nice and easy. We don't want any pain, any shooting pain in the neck. Back to center, and now we're gonna switch. Our nice, delicate neck muscles need a good stretch in the morning. All right, back to center, let's do our shoulder roll. All right, let's go reverse. We're going backward. Good. Really dramatic. Make it very, very dramatic. We want a good move in the morning. All right, from here, let's shake those arms out. Hands out to the side. We're going across the body, rotating at the core. Bringing it back. And rotating, good. And you can pick up the pace as you feel comfortable. Go as fast or as slow as you need it. This is your workout, I'm just your guide. All right, from there, we have 2 feet on the ground. We're gonna take 1 foot and we are gonna roll that ankle. All right, let's switch sides. Good. All right, nice and tall, strength position, reaching up overhead. Hold that position and release. Make sure we're taking nice, consistent breaths. Let's lean. Back to center, arms coming back down, back up, and lean. Back to center, arms coming back down. Let's bring those shoulders forward, forward, and back, forward, and back, good. All right, let's get that neutral head. We're gonna lean nice and easy to the side. Back to center and switch. Back to center, let's go, roll our shoulders forward. Big dramatic movement. And reverse. Good, wonderful job on the warm-up. How's everybody feeling? All right, so I heard that we're having some audio problems. Are you guys able to hear the music? Yes? Are you able to hear me when the music is playing? Yes, okay. All right, so if there's any audio problems, again, if you have issues hearing it, please send a text box chat to either Tiffany or Felix, because they'll be able to help you from the computer side. Okay?
Even po damit pants, dumi exercise ba?
All righty, let's go ahead. We're going to go into our next section of our warm-up. So we are going to do our standing warm-up. So go ahead, everybody take a stand. Remember, we want to make sure our chair does not slide around on the floor. So we want to preferably an armless chair so we don't hit our bottom on the arms of the chair when we get in and out of the chair. The other thing too, make sure it's not going to slide. So if you sit down, it's not going to go out from behind you, okay? And then we're going to use that as a tool, right? So we're going to use that in a way that it's there for us for support if we need to. And if we don't need it, it's still there. It's decoration. All right. All right, so what we're gonna do, this is gonna be all of our movement stuff, trying to get our lower body warmed up. So while we're doing this, make sure that we're contracting our thighs, we're keeping a good balance, using the chair if we need it, okay? All right, from here we're gonna start. We're gonna do our march in place. Just nice and easy, we're getting warmed up. Let's do a step touch. Nice and easy. Just getting warmed up. All right, from here, we're gonna do our half jack. We're gonna up in the jumping jack position. Touching our toe or our heel, whichever you prefer, out in front of you. All right, from here, we're gonna do our high knee and our lateral touch. High knee, out to the side. Contracting that thigh, right? We're trying to hold that balance with our stable leg. Let's go ahead and switch. High knee, out to the side, high knee. And remember, you can use that chair if you need to. All right, strength position, nice and tall. Holding our hands on our hips, we are doing our giant hip circle. When you get back to your starting position, you're gonna go the opposite direction. So we are alternating. Big dramatic movement. Good. All right, from here, we're gonna do our hamstring curls. So we are just curling our hips, trying to kick our butt, keeping our knees pointed towards the floor. We don't want our knees coming up, right? Just keeping our knees pointed towards the floor. All right, let's go back to march in place. We're gonna kick up the intensity a little bit, so let's get our arms pumping. Good. All right, our step touch, here we go. Step. Good. Now we're picking up the intensity, so you can swing your arms a little more intently. Good. All right, let's go back to that half jack. Here we go. Now you can pick up the pace. You can switch if you were touching your toes last time. You can do your heels. All right, wonderful. We're gonna go to high knee and lateral touch. Now we're gonna switch. We're gonna do the other side and we're gonna alternate. High knee and touch. High knee and touch. Good. Now, what we're gonna do is put our hands up over our head. We're in our strength position and we are doing the hip circle and we are alternating. All right, let's do our hamstring curl. And we are making our arms move. We are pumping our arms. Good. Really pump those arms. Squeezing those shoulder blades. All right, let's go back to march in place. Arms pumping. Wonderful work, wonderful work. Okay, we are going to take our first water break, so please take a seat and grab your water. I'm going to drink some more of my coffee, don't mind me. All right. Who we got today? Miss Linda, Miss Ruth. Hi, Miss Ruth. Hello. Thomas and Helene. Hello, my friends. Reza. Reza, we were admiring your backyard. We saw all the trees in the back. Miss Brenda. Hello. We have a lot of people today. Wow. Okay. All right. So hopefully you got some water. Now we are going to move on to our next section. We are going to stay, and we're going to go back to a standing position. Sorry, back to standing. Okay. Make sure we have plenty of space here. All right. So just to double check, everyone's feeling good? Everyone can hear me. Everyone can hear the music. Wonderful. Oh, this is going great. Okay. So today for this section, we're going to be in the 5 to 6 zone. So we got our warm up in. Now we're going to start picking up the intensity a little bit, okay? All righty. There we go. Okay. So we're going to go back to that march in place. So we have our intensity up. We're going to keep our arms pumping. Good. All right, the next move is our out, out, in. So here we go. Out, out, in. Then we're gonna alternate. So the last foot to come in is the first foot to go out. All right, from here, we are gonna do a big floor circle, holding on to that chair if we need to, right? Holding on for support, but we're drawing a circle on the floor, alternating feet. All right, from here, we are gonna do a kick, punch. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Good, now, if keeping the foot off of the ground is too difficult, you can heel tap and you can go nice and low. Good. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to go back to our march. Start with our march. Now what I'd like you to do is you're going to reach across the body. Good. Good. Wonderful. Let's go to our strength position. We are going to start with a crunch. We're going to come back up. We're going to go side to side and then back to the crunch. So we have our hands by our temples. We do not have them laced behind our head. We do not want to have any pressure on our neck that we don't want, that's not necessary. Activating our core. Bringing that belly button back to the spine. All right, let's go back to march in place. Getting the arms pumping, right? We're in that 5 to 6 zone, so it's gonna be a little bit more intense. All right, now we're gonna do out, out, in, but we're gonna add an element. It's gonna be out, out, in. Out, out, in. The arms are following. Good. I'm really challenging you guys today. All right, let's go to our floor circles. If you guys get nothing else out of this, at least you got some interesting dance moves. All right, let's do our kicks and punches. Remember, you can heel tap in front of you, or you can kick a little bit higher, whichever you're comfortable with. And these can also be done sitting down. So if you'd like to take a seat and still follow along with us, you're more than welcome to. All right, let's go back to our march. Let's add that reach across our body. Good, keeping our shoulders back. We don't want to be hunched forward, right? Keeping our shoulders back. All right, hands up by our temples. We are crunching, lateral, and it's not good. Do 2 more. Last one. Side and side. Wonderful job. Wonderful job. We definitely kicked up the intensity from last week. All righty, we're gonna move on to our next section. We're gonna grab our towel. Okay, it's towel time. All right, so everyone has their bath towel. Everybody has plenty of space around them to move. All righty. So reminder, when we're holding onto our towel, we are holding on to the ends, right? We're holding on closer to the end of the towel. And we are doing our exercise, we do not want slack. So I don't want to see towels that look like this, like they're being folded, right? We want to make sure we have plenty of tension on that towel. Okay, that's going to help with our arm strength and our shoulder strength. If you need to take a break, feel free. I'm not going to yell at you if I see any slack, but if you need to take a break, just try to pick back up with us and keep tension on the towel when you're feeling comfortable, okay? Thumbs up, everybody's feeling good? Awesome, we are still in that 5 to 6 zone. So we are still in our 5 to 6 zone. Wonderful, okay. So starting in strength position, we have our hands on the outsides of our towel. I'm trying to get a good grip on mine. All right, so we are gonna be in a standing squat. We're gonna hold this squat. We are gonna do our kayak movement, nice and big. Keeping bend in the knee. Good. All right, let's go to step touch, side to side. Nice and easy. Let's add the pull, so side to side. Try to really control that movement, right? We want it to be nice and smooth and not choppy. Wonderful. All right, now we're gonna add our forward lunge. So we are going forward, arms out in front. We're gonna rotate to the opposite side, back to center, and step back, and we're gonna repeat that. Rotating at the core, engaging our belly, bringing that belly button back to the spine. All right, from here we have our arms extended overhead and we are pulling one side down while we hold the other side still. Good. Shoulders back. Wonderful job. Bringing that elbow down to the side, right? We're bringing that elbow down to touch our rib cage. All right, from here, we're gonna be in a bent over position. Hips go back like we're gonna sit in a chair, arms out in front. hanging below, and we are pulling side to side. Working on the back of the shoulder, the back of the arm. Good. And from the front, it looks like this. Good. From here, we're going to do what's called the bow and arrow. So we're going to hold towards the middle, and we're going to pull our arm back like we're trying to pull back a bow to launch the arrow. Good. Let's switch sides. Let's switch sides. Remember, you're going to hold towards the middle of the towel or the middle of your band. Good. All right, back to our squat and kayak movement. So, knees bent. Let's go to step touch, side to side. No arms for a second. All right, let's add that pull. So pulling. Oh, you guys are doing great today. This is awesome. Kathleen, you're doing wonderfully. All right, back here, forward lunge. Rotate to the outside, back to center, and step back. Good. All right, from here, we're gonna do our single arm lat pull down. Arms up overhead, and we are pulling. Bringing that elbow down to our rib cage while we're keeping the other arm straight overhead. Good. May, you're doing wonderful. Awesome. From here, bent over side to side. Remember, hinge at the hips, like we're going to sit back in a chair. Good work. Who else? Wonderful. Miss Gladys, beautiful. Oh my goodness. Arms should be burning. Hang in there. Let's go ahead, grab our bow and arrow. Pulling back. Extend. Good. Bringing that elbow straight back. Good. Let's switch sides. And pull. Let's do two more. 1 and 2. Wonderful job, wonderful job. Go ahead, we're gonna take a seat. We're gonna take our next strength break. Wonderful job, that all looked great. Okay, so everybody should be getting some water right now. Remember, we always wanna stay hydrated, right? Especially in the wintertime, it sneaks up on us. Alrighty, so everyone got water, everyone's feeling good, right? Wonderful, okay. Everyone can still hear me. Everybody can hear music very clearly, wonderful. That's what I like to hear. Okay, next we are gonna grab our dumbbells and we are gonna go back to standing, right? We're doing a lot of standing today. I told you guys when we started this journey a couple months ago, as we go through the classes, we are gonna progress. So every class is gonna be a little bit different. We're not gonna change too much, but it's gonna be a progressive. So if you guys remember your the one before the towel, we did that whole thing seated last week. And now we did the whole thing standing. So you guys are progressing beautifully. And I just wanted to make sure I let you guys know that. So give yourselves a quick round of applause. I'm very proud of you guys. All right, so we're gonna go to our next section. So we have our dumbbells. So when we have our dumbbells, okay, you are more than welcome at any point in time to put these dumbbells down, or your cans of soup, whatever you want to call them. So you don't have to hold them the whole time if they feel like they're a little bit too heavy. You're more than welcome to put these down and continue moving without them, okay? Another thing, make sure you have a good grip on them. We don't want you to throw a punch and like take out your window or your TV and then have to explain that, you know, to somebody else or to your landlord. So make sure you have a good grip on your cans of soup. All right, my friends, we are gonna get started. All righty. So the first move we're gonna do is called lumberjack. And if you guys remember, we brought this into class last week. So we have our cans of soup. They are facing each other. You have palms facing. We're gonna go down, up. When you get to the top, you're gonna drop to the other side and bring up the other direction. Up and down. So 1, 2, switch. Good. 1, 2. Good, let's do another round of that. And we're keeping those knees bending with it, right? This is a big movement. We wanna make sure we're driving through our legs. Whoop, forgot to bend my knees. All right, from here, elbows nice and tight to our sides. We're hinging at the hips. Extending back, our elbows are glued to our sides. We're keeping our shoulders nice and still. Wonderful, standing nice and tall. In our strength position, we're gonna do lateral raise. We're not going above our shoulder, right? We're keeping it in line with our shoulder. Bringing it forward in front, bringing it back to the side, and then down, and we're gonna repeat that. So up, forward, back, down. Good, and we're gonna repeat that. Go at your pace. All right, from here, we're gonna do a crossover punch. So we have our hands up, right by our shoulders. We are crossing. If you feel comfortable, you can see my foot tapping behind me. You can do that tap, or you can stay in the squat position and cross this way, whichever you prefer. And remember, these can also be done in a seated position. So if you would like to take a seat and continue to move with us, you're more than welcome to. Take that seat. All right, let's do our uppercuts. Bending our knees, pushing through the legs, right? We're pushing through the legs. Good. Let's flex those biceps. Let's see big biceps on the screen. Good. All right, let's do our YTA. So if you guys recall, we did Ys, the shape of a Y, slightly in front of the body. Then we do Ts, which are in line with the body. And then we do As, and we're pulling our shoulders back. Back to T in line, Ys in front, beautiful. We're using those shoulder blades, we're pulling our arms back. Good. All right, let's go back to our lumberjack. So palms down, up, down, back up and switch. 1, 2, down and up. Good. Good work. And we're rotating in our core when we do this, right? So we want our abdomen and our obliques to do the work. All right, from here, elbows glued to our sides, hinge forward, kicking back. Good. Good. Awesome. Okay, now we're gonna do our lateral raise. So out to the side, forward, and back. Good. All right, let's go to our crossover punch. Boom. Good. Remember, you can tap your foot or you can stay in that squat position, whichever you prefer. And 3, 2, and 1. Good. Good job, everybody. Go ahead, you can put those down. Wonderful job. All right, and we are gonna do our last standing section. So from here, we're gonna actually use the chair. So make sure we have our chair close. Okay. Make sure our chair, I'm gonna say it again, make sure our chair is not sliding around on the floor. All right, and we are gonna work more on our lower body this time, okay? All right. Everybody can hear me? Everybody can hear the music? Magnificent, okay. From here, we're gonna stand facing our chair, hands on the back of the chair, okay? And we're gonna do our hip extension. So if you recall, we're drawing a line straight from where our foot is, straight back to the wall behind us. Drawing a straight line. We do not want our hips to open up, right? We wanna make sure that they're nice and flat. Our stable leg is contracted. We're squeezing that thigh muscle, and we're squeezing our butt muscle. All right, let's switch sides. We're gonna use the opposite. Again, holding onto that chair. Drawing a straight line. All right, from here, we're gonna do our high knee and our arm reach. So you can do this using the chair or without it. I'm gonna show without it. Okay, so we're doing high knee, opposite arm reach, and we're alternating. So it's opposite leg goes up, opposite arm goes up. Trying to stay nice and tall while you do this. Almost like somebody has a string coming out of your skull and they're holding you upright. All right, from here, we're gonna do a squat, squat, hamstring curl, and the arms are gonna go back with you. Good. Keeping those knees behind the toes, sticking our butt back. Good. Keeping those knees pointed towards the floor. And remember, you can use your chairs. You can hold on to your chair and kick yourself back. All right, back to the chair. One foot's gonna go back. Opposite hand's gonna go up. We're gonna bring that in nice and tight and extend again. So we're upright, or you can be leaning forward, whichever you prefer. Crunching our core, right? Pulling it all together. All right, let's switch sides. All right, my friends, let's go to our calf raise. So we are gonna pulse, keeping our heels off the ground. Wonderful. Really squeezing at the top of that movement. All right, from here, we're gonna do a twisted lunge. So what that means is we're gonna take one leg back, the opposite side. So the leg that's in front, you're gonna turn that direction, and we are going to reach back. Good. And we're gonna hold that. Let's bring it back to center. We're gonna do the same side, so reaching back again and open up. Now let's switch. So opposite and open. We're holding this. Bring it back to center and repeat nice and big. Back to center, back to neutral. We're gonna go back to our hip extension, holding onto the back of the chair and drawing that line on the floor, squeezing that butt muscle. Your stable leg is bent, and we are holding it nice and tight to keep our balance. Let's switch sides. Let's activate our core. Let's tighten our belly up. All right, back to our high knees. So high knees and a reach. Good. Really reaching up there. Remember, it's almost like we have a string on the top of our skull and somebody's holding it up and keeping us upright. All right, let's do our squat and hamstring curl. Wonderful. All right, let's do our bird dog. Here we go. Tap, contract. Now let's switch. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful job, my friends. All right, we're gonna take our last water break. So please take a seat, grab your water. Okay, so we have a lot of YMCAs on the call again today. I know we have Vanderbilt. Anybody from Vanderbilt? Hello. We have Broadway. My friends from Broadway, hi. We have South Shore. Oh, there we go, there's somewhere from South Shore. How about Park Slope? Oh, you guys are enthusiastic today, wow. All right, how about the Armory? Yes, there we go, hello. And then West Side? Oh, there's a lot from West Side too. And then you guys know near and dear to my heart, my home branch, Flushing. My friends, there we go. Oh, Flushing was the most enthusiastic. You guys gotta compete next time. Next time we're gonna do this, I want like streamers and stuff. All right, my friends, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into our hand-eye coordination section. So please go ahead and grab your toilet paper roll while I get set up. All right, so this is gonna be, like I said, we are just working on this. This is something that we've been progressing through, right? So this is just for our ability to take an object and be able to respond with our brain and our hands to catch it, to throw it, to make sure that we're guiding it and not dropping it, right? So when we get started, nice and easy, right? You don't have to be hitting the ceiling yet. And then as we go through our sections, we can progress and throw a little bit higher, okay? So starting position, hands palms flat on the outside. We're gonna throw it up in the air. All right, from there, we're doing one hand, tossing into the other hand. When you catch it, you wanna catch it and guide it down to the bottom. Catch and guide. Wonderful. Now let's do one hand. So holding it in one hand, throwing it up and catching it in the same hand.
And it sounds just like a song. I want more berries and that summer feeling. It's a wonderful.
Good, let's switch sides. Remember, we have to do this nice and easy. It doesn't have to be to the max distance, right? Max height. While we get warmed up to it. All right, from here, hand on the back, or I'm sorry, the paper on the back of the hand. From here, we're holding our arm extended out in front of us, and we're gonna flip our hand and catch it. All right, let's switch sides. And this is nice and tight, right? We're not throwing it up really high in the air to catch it. We're keeping it as close to our hand as possible. All right, from here, we're gonna do our figure 8. So we're gonna go either between the legs or out in front of us. So between the legs, you're going like this. If going between the legs, if you're tipping forward a little too much and you don't feel comfortable, you can do it in front of you as well. Okay? Now while we're doing the figure 8, I wanna see eyes. Eyes at the screen, right? I wanna make sure that you're not hunched over like this and you're looking at the floor, right? We wanna make sure we're using our hands and feeling for that toilet paper roll. Good. Good work. Okay, for this one, we're gonna change it up. We're gonna go around the head and then around the body. If you can't quite go around the body, you go around the head twice, okay? So whatever you're comfortable with, around the head, around the body. And we're feeling for that ball or that toilet paper roll. All right, let's switch directions. So we're going the opposite way. Around the body. Or again, you can go around the head twice, that's fine. Oop, I almost did it backwards. All right, from here, 2 hands. We're throwing up a little bit higher. Guiding that toilet paper roll back down. You catch it and then you guide it down closer to the floor. Wonderful. One hand, we're going into the other, throwing it a little bit higher. Good. Okay, let's skip. We're going to go to the one where we have it extended in front of us and we're going to have it in our hand. Now we're going to throw it a little bit higher. So we're going to throw it up and catch it. Right? Pushing through the back of the hand and catching it with our dominant. Good. Follow through. Let's go ahead and switch to the other side. Good. All right, let's do our figure 8. Remember, we're going through the legs or out in front, whichever you prefer. Wonderful, wonderful. How's everybody feeling? Good? I see a lot of improvement in this hand-eye coordination thing. Like, I watch you guys and I don't see quite as many like toilet paper rolls flying across the living room, right? You guys are really holding on to it and doing a really good job. So I'm very proud of you guys. All right, we can put this down. We are gonna go into our cool down. So we're gonna get a nice post-exercise stretch, okay? So we are working back in that 4 to 5 zone, okay? So go ahead, if you need to take a sip of water, go ahead and do so now, but we're gonna get movement on our cool down. Alrighty. Sitting nice and tall, reaching up overhead. Nice elongated stretch.
Hey, Trayvon.
Arms back down.
I was just calling to check up on you.
Back up.
You're doing okay. I also wanted to remind you.
Lean to the side.
Yourself. So make sure you take good care of yourself. Make sure you protect
Back to center. Arms coming down. Back up. Opposite way. Trying to keep those feet flat on the floor. Arms out, shake those out. Big arm hug. Good. All right, from here we're gonna do a cat-cow. So we're reaching back, squeezing our shoulder blades together. Extending, rolling our spine forward, taking a deep breath out, right? While we're doing this cool down, we want to make sure we're breathing very consistently, right? Pulling the shoulders back. Nice extension. Back, forward. Rolling the spine, bringing the shoulders forward. Deep breaths and back. Wonderful. Let's do one more like that. Reaching forward. And back. Wonderful job. From here, we're going to take one heel. We're going to put it into the ground. We're going to try to straighten this leg out in front of us as comfortably as you can. And we're going to reach out towards our toes. Remember, eyes up. We don't want to have anybody leaning over, right? Eyes up. Stare at something on the wall. Stare at your screen. I'll make funny faces, whatever it takes to make you not leaning forward. All right, bring that leg back. And now we're going to switch so other leg goes out. Reaching. We should feel a nice stretch in the back of the leg. Okay, nice hamstring stretch. All right, let's bring that back. We're going to take our fingers. We are going to interlace them, and we're going to do our wrist rolls. Wonderful. All right, from here, shake those arms out. We're sitting nice and tall in our strength position. We're going to rotate to the side using our chair for support. All right, back to center. We're going to switch.
My sisters and my brothers love one another. Oh yeah. Come on. Hey, my sisters and my brothers.
Back to center. Reach up one more time overhead, nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. Release it back down. Let's go straight to our arm hug. Release that. One cat and cow. Reaching forward. And back. One leg out in front, and we're doing our stretch. Eyes up. Let's bring that leg back and switch. Bring the leg back. Arms interlaced, fingers interlaced, and we are doing our roll. Rotating out to the side. Back to center, and then the other side. All right, and release, shake out. You have successfully completed another online Silver Sneakers crash. Good job. All right,